Welcome back to After the Snap. I'm your host, Tasha Pierce, and we are going to today dive into like one of the best Christmas gifts that you can ask for. The universe must have known that we needed something hotepery to get into the holiday spirit. Now, spoiler alert, I don't have a problem with Dr. Umar Johnson. That's who this subject of today's video is, because of course Dr. Umar Johnson was featured this week on The Breakfast Club. So what I thought I would do is clip by clip tell you, what I think Dr. Johnson is hitting on that's right, and what I think that Dr. Johnson and I might not see eye to eye on. Doesn't mean that Dr. Umar Johnson is right and I'm wrong, and it doesn't mean that I'm right and he's wrong. It means I don't agree with him. You can have your opinions, and I'd love to hear about them in the comments, but just keep it respectful, because I already know what this man stands for in a lot of ways, and I know what kind of people might come and make a response. And I'm telling you, I don't have an issue with Dr. Umar Johnson unilaterally. And it's okay for me to disagree with some of the things that he says. So with all of that, this segment that he was talking with Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy on The Breakfast Club was about Deion Sanders. Now, just to lay a little bit of the groundwork for Deion Sanders, we know that Deion Sanders had famously for the past couple of seasons been coaching the Jackson State Tigers. Coached them to, if I remember right, one of the best seasons that the Jackson State Tigers had ever posted. Sorry. And right after this season, he was offered a position at Colorado University, making, I think something like 5 times what he was making at Jackson State. So he was like, adios, and he left. He moved on to Colorado State. Now, I will have other things to talk about as far as Deion Sanders is concerned, but today I'm only going to lock in on what Dr. Umar Johnson had to say about this situation when he spoke with Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy on The Breakfast Club. So let's go.
Deion Sanders, you were talking about Deion Sanders.
Deion.
What's your thoughts on Deion
Everybody
Sanders?
been texting me about this all week.
Talk to me about Deion, Dr. Umar.
Mind you, before you get into it, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to people that were criticizing.
I know.
That's right.
And I'm coming right at it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm coming right at it.
Let's go.
More lashes.
I'm coming right at more lashes. When Deion Sanders stood against Colin Kaepernick's protest in 2016, I branded him a Negro peon.
He did?
Yes, he did. He said he did. I saw him say it out his mouth on an interview. He said he should not have taken that knee. It was wrong. Deion Sanders. I put him in the Negro peon camp.
So now, right off the bat, I don't know that that's true. I don't know if he really said anything. And if I find out that he did, I'm going to insert it somewhere in the video.
Going to stand for nothing. Who are you? So I love that, but understand that has repercussions. Now, is he ready to pay those repercussions? Because honestly, you cost owners in their mind a lot of money. A lot of people were turning the channels because guys were not standing for the national anthem, old school persons that were NFL fans as well. So you kind of put the NFL in a little disarray momentarily until that wave kind of left. Now you're saying, you know what, I'll stand for the national anthem. I'll do this. And the owners are like, no, we wanted you to stand last year, not this year. So you're going to have to suffer the repercussions. Is it right? No, it's not whatsoever. But I do understand.
Have you talked to Colin?
No, I haven't.
What would you say to him if you were to speak with him?
He's really going to have to send a letter to all 32 teams, as including the commissioner, explaining what's what. And once he looked back on it, was it really worth it? Because he's going to have to say it was, because it was a tremendous stance that he took, and we applaud him for it. But those repercussions are real.
One thing about Dr. Umar Johnson, he needs to be fact checked a lot. Not saying that he blatantly lies. I'm saying he misremembers an awful lot, and he will exaggerate to make his point.
Because he didn't stand with Colin Kaepernick. When I heard Deion Sanders was taking a job, I said, okay, I'm gonna give him his black pass back. Because here you are, one of the top 5 greatest athletes, arguably the greatest football player ever.
Arguably.
Including Tom Brady. Deion could go down as greater than. You go to Jackson State, HBCU. That's impressive. Now I hear all of a sudden you might be leaving.
Well,
So
he's leaving.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Stay with me. He's wrong. But I have 2 levels of wrong. I got a low level and I got a high. I'll explain them to you quickly. My low level. If Deion told the administration and the students and the players at Jackson State that I'm taking his job, but I need y'all to know, if something better comes along, as soon as it comes along, I may be leaving.
He did say that.
He said that.
If he was that transparent, I didn't see that.
I played.
Okay, so again, this is where you have to check Dr. Umar Johnson. But one thing about him, he's not backing down. So even though they are telling him, okay, Deion Sanders did say if something else comes along, and it becomes like this offer I can't refuse type deal, I gotta go. When they are pushing back on him and saying, hey, he did say that, he's like, no, he didn't. And in Dr. Umar's mind, it's made up. They didn't say that. So he is not, his mind has not changed. Deion Sanders did not say that to Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson, in fact, is like, he is one of the scariest people in the world. He's a Negro with a made up mind. You can't change that, you know. So he is staunch in his defense of what he understands to be the truth, even though you've got 2 brothers saying, hey man, what you're misunderstanding that, you're misinformed. Okay, so now from here on out, we're going with misinformed Umar Johnson.
The clip the other day, he said it on 60 Minutes. He said that.
No, he said he may be leaving. He did not say he was leaving after 3 years.
No, he said that if a Power 5 school comes along,
yes.
I have to entertain it. I would be a fool not to. And Deion has
That's
always
not
been
the same.
No, Deion has always been transparent and open about what his goals were.
That is not, no, I disagree with you. He told them if it comes his way, he would have to entertain it. He never said I would leave you that soon. He never.
What does that mean? What does it mean if I tell you, if I get a better offer, I got to entertain it? What did he think that means? I mean, should he have said, if I get a better offer, I'm going to leave y'all high and dry? I mean, maybe some people need it to be that blunt. But if you tell me, hey, if I get a better offer, I need to entertain it, and I'd be a fool not to. That means to me that I've got you here for as long as I am the best offer on the table. If I want to keep you here, I have to make my offer just as sweet as the next person's. If I'm not in the position to do that, then I have to be prepared for you to go your own way.
Never said I can be gone in 3 years.
What does it matter though? His contract was
I'm
only
gonna tell you
for 4.
why it matters. I'm about to tell you right now
Okay.
why it matters. Because he damn wrong. Now,
That's it.
if he told them,
Because I said he
I'm
wrong.
going to go back and study some more. But from what I seen him say, he was not that direct. But if he
Definitely
was, and that's not what I saw, so we disagree there. But if he was,
See?
he's
Made
still
up mind.
wrong, but it's a low level because at least you was transparent and you gave him informed consent. They knew you could leave at any time.
That's right.
Okay? Still wrong. I'm explaining in a minute. Now, if he didn't tell them that, okay, and I'm hearing from people who know athletes on that team that they were not told it that way,
They weren't
and
listening.
they're upset.
Because he said that on 60 Minutes.
Okay?
Now, as far as what the athletes say that people he know that know these athletes, that's like second and third hand information. Dr. Umar will not go with the first hand information is that Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy both saw with their own eyes on 60 Minutes, Deion Sanders say something and they understood it perfectly for what it meant. Dr. Umar Johnson wants to dig into the coffers of witnesses and say, okay, I got a second or third hand witness to say they know somebody who knows somebody who's on the team. And those kids say that they were disappointed. When one of the problems, and I guess I can go into this now. One of the problems is these kids are not disappointed. Some of them want to go with Deion Sanders. And that is an issue to me. You don't rob one program to strengthen another, especially when the one program is at a historically Black college and university. So, hey guys, this is Editing Tosh. I'm experiencing a little bit of a technical difficulty in my editor. And I'm going to have to post this video in segments. So what you guys are seeing right now is part 1 of a multi-part episode on Dr. Umar Johnson's visit with the Breakfast Club and their thoughts on Coach Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State University. So if you do me a solid and stay tuned for the second part of this multi-part episode. Peace.